Hi, welcome in the C Sharp tutorial of Team Legacy. In this tutorial, I'm gonna show you how to use switch statement. Let's from the user to actually enter a number. Please enter a number. Once the user have entered the number, we'll go to the user number. So we read the number from the console and we need to convert that into an integer, and we use that parse to do the job first. So once you have the number that the user have entered, you can make basically use of switch statement. First, let's just use of the program. If user number equals to 10, then curly braces, just type inside of it the console dot write line, your number is 10. Now just copy and paste it 2 times. Similarly, change the second if make it else if then the number is equals to 20. Then also to the console is user number is 20. Next, else if the number is equals to 30. To print the message and also to the console is 30. And if it's not 10, 20 or 30, then we'll have an else spot. Then we will say your number is not 10, 20, and 30, something else. Your number is not 10, 20, and 30. After looking at this particular program, let's go and run that. Please enter a number. Once he entered the number 20 and press the enter your number is 20. Okay, so what's happening here in user number is 10. Now it's come from the else if spot and the number is 20. Yes, it's print this line and it won't checking the other conditions because it is else if, and the previous spot we have seen why. Okay, now this enter if and else if section can actually be replaced with a switch statement. Let's see how to do that. So instead of using multiple if else statement, I can say switch. I want to switch on this user number. Okay, so switch on the user number, and now the value of that user number can be any integer. So my case statement should actually be an integer. For example, can be 10. So if it is 10, what it is that you want to do? I want to print that message onto this console, so it's the same that your number is 10. And we need to have a break statement. All I have to do if the number is 10 is print that the number is 10 and break out of switch statement. Okay, slowly. If the number is 20 and 30, if the number is 20, then we need to print the number is 20. If it is 30, then we want to print the same. So, and if it is not 10, 20, 30, then we can have a default case. Then we can say that your number is not 10, 20, and 30. Your number is not 10, 20, and 30, and then obviously break of the switch statement. And so if the multiple else statement, and now we are using switch statement, which in case, what's gonna happen here, the number and the user have entered, and we will get it that in this variable. And if it is 10, piece of code can be executed. This piece of code and so on and so forth. And we need to have break statement. onto its statement. So if it is 10, then it execute it and break off this switch statement. So if I go and run this program, so if I enter, let's say 20, it comes to the piece 20. Execute that line and break the switch statement. So break statement, why we use it to break all of the statement so that the rest of piece of code that are not executed. Okay, let's slightly change this program to, to understand another concept. We can have multiple case statement together. Actually, I can delete that, and that the slight modification of this program, case 10, 20, and 30, your number is 30. Instead of coding that, what I can do is that we can use a placeholder. And then if it is 20, and then if it is 10, 20, and 30, print that number. And if it is anything else, then we say your number is not 10, 20, and 30. Effectively, what we are doing here is we are joining multiple case statements together. Now, this case statement doesn't have any code. This case statement doesn't have only code. The only code that present is on this case statement. So if the user number is 10 or 30, what's gonna happen? It comes here. There's no code to execute. So it's false to this, and there is no code to execute here as well. So it's false to this case and then execute to this code. So for case 10, 20, and 30, the same piece of code got executed. So it's possible to combine case statements together like this if you want the same piece of code to be executed. For those conditions, so it's possible to combine case statement together like this if you want the same piece of code to be executed for those conditions. Okay, so now if I go and run my program, doesn't going to be any visible difference except that we have structured that a little different. So if I go and enter the 20, the number is 20. Alright,